In his groundbreaking 1961 study Thought Reform and the Psychology of Totalism, American psychiatrist Robert Jay Lifton explored the psychological mechanisms of coercive persuasion, commonly referred to as brainwashing. By studying the techniques used by the Chinese Communist Party to indoctrinate citizens and prisoners of war, Lifton identified a systematic process designed to shatter an individual's sense of identity and rebuild it in accordance with an all-encompassing ideology, or totalism. Lifton argued that thought reform does not rely on mysterious magic, but rather on a highly structured manipulation of human vulnerabilities, social pressures, and psychological stress. At the core of Lifton's theory are the 8 deadly sins, or criteria of thought reform, which outline how totalist environments control human thought and behavior. The process begins with milieu control, the strict regulation of all communication and information within the individual's environment, effectively cutting him off from the outside world. This is paired with mystical manipulation, where the group orchestrates experiences that seem spontaneous or supernatural to convince the individual of the group's higher purpose. To erode the target's independent ego, totalist systems enforce a demand for purity, dividing the world into absolute good, the group, and absolute evil, everything else, which naturally fosters an overwhelming sense of guilt and shame in the individual. As the pressure intensifies, the individual is forced into the cult of confession, requiring them to publicly expose their past sins, doubts, and flaws, which destroys their personal privacy and binds them closer to the collective. The group establishes itself as the ultimate arbiter of truth through the sacred science, claiming its dogma is both morally infallible and scientifically perfect. To prevent critical thinking, the environment employs a loading of the language, compressing complex ideas into brief, highly reductive, and repetitive maxims, which Lifton called thought-terminating clichés, designed to instantly end any internal debate or analytical thought. The final stages of thought reform completely reshape the individual's relationship with reality. Through the doctrine of doctrine over person, the group demands that the ideology take precedence over actual human experience. If an individual's observations or feelings contradict the group's dogma, the individual is taught to believe their own senses are flawed. Finally, the system exercises the dispensation of existence, asserting that only those who accept the ideology have a right to exist, while outsiders or critics are deemed spiritually or physically expendable. Ultimately, Lifton's work demonstrated that thought reform is a powerful, destabilizing psychological process that exploits the universal human need for belonging, purpose, and certainty, leaving a lasting legacy on our understanding of cults, political extremist groups, and authoritarian regimes. Like and subscribe. Reference Tube.